What up, what it is, what's happening YouTube? It's your boy Srtfied, and I'm back with another banger for you guys. If this is your first time tuning in to this channel, welcome to Srtfied Official, but do me a favor, go and smash that subscribe button. You know why? Because it don't cost me nothing, don't cost you nothing. Just click that red button for me. So I have an exciting video for you guys today. Ever since I purchased my Bronco, my Wildling, it's a 2022 Ford Bronco Wildtrak, there's been a couple of parts that I said I have to do this to my Bronco because it definitely changes the complete front end look of this thing, minus the bumpers obviously, and that's going to come later on down the line. But that's the Alpharex headlights and the IAG Para-Hex grill with the lights in it. So there are a couple of options. I know there's some people that do the Raptor style yellow light inserts that you can put in the factory grill. Well, this grill specifically from IAG already comes pre-installed with it, and it also gives it that mean look. That it just gives it that attitude that I personally want on my Bronco. So this is not going to be a thorough how-to video. I'm just going to let you guys watch me install this thing and get everything done. I am going to get you guys a before and after towards the end of the video to show you guys the difference between the signature style headlights and the Alpharex headlights. But I'm going to show you guys here in a second all the parts that I'm going to be installing, and I hope you guys sit back and enjoy the video. Let's go. So these are the parts that I'm going to be installing. These are the Alpharex headlights. These are the Alpha-Black versions of those headlights. They do have two different styles. They have the regular style, and they also have the as you can see, the Alpha-Black. I like the Alpha-Black because it gives it that bar and the ring a smoked look to it. So it just gives it a nice, in my opinion, it's gonna black out the whole front end. The IAG grill, this is the Para-Hex grill. It comes with the integrated, I'm not sure what type of lights, what they're actually called, but it comes integrated with those lights that you actually get a wire harness to be able to hook everything up. But I'm going to do something a little bit different because this grill comes with the letters, all right? So it's an easy swap. You just take off the old grill. You don't have to drill out the old letters and attach it to this grill. It comes with its own letters that you literally just put on. It has the pre-drilled holes already on it, and you stick it on, and then they have screws that come for the back of these letters that you can actually mount them on. But I'm not going to be using these letters at all because, as you guys see, I have something from Oracle right here. So I'm also going to be doing the backlit Bronco letters. All right, and I did get them in black with the white backlight, and I'm going to be wiring that in with these lights right here. So I think it's going to look really good. This grill is offered in a matte black as well. I opted to go with the gloss black since my grill right now is gloss black, and I really like the gloss black. But I believe it's going to look really dope because these Oracle letters are a matte, so it gives it that contrast. So, but we're gonna get this thing installed. I think it's going to look really good when we're done. Though this is not a how-to video, and like I said, I'm not going to go over every step, but it's real simple to take this grill off. There's just a couple of pop clips up here to actually remove this little tray right here, and then there's some 10mm bolts inside here that you need to remove, and then you literally just pop the grill off. Now with the IAG grill, the instructions do require you to remove the actual plastic mounting trim that's inside this grill. When you pull it off, you'll see it. You have to transfer that piece onto the new grill, which I'll show you guys in a second. But that's the only thing that you have to remove from the factory grill in order to fit the IAG grill on top of on the actual vehicle. But that's going to be the last part. The first thing I'm going to do is, once I pull the grill off, we're going to remove the headlights. I'm actually going to start one side at a time. Reason why is because a lot of aftermarket headlights, when you install them, they're not pre-aligned to the vehicle. All right, so you want to make sure that your beam patterns are the same. So I'm going to start with the passenger side. I'm going to aim that headlight in comparison to the factory headlight, just so I have a good reference, and then I'm going to install the driver's side and do the same thing. Now, if you're going to do this yourself, I do recommend you have some kind of reference. I believe a garage door or something like that, or a wall, a flat wall. This area is actually going to work out perfectly for me because I have the little lines and the slats, so it's going to help me determine the perfect position or aiming for the headlights. So when I actually turn everything on, you guys will see it, but we'll get that process going later, but it's gonna line up perfectly. And just like that, we have the front grille off. Like I said, it was real simple, just a couple of 10mm bolts right there. And then literally I started on this side, pulling the grille apart. I do have the front facing camera on mine, which also comes with a little, I guess, sprayer nozzle to where when you use the windshield wiper spray system, it also cleans off the camera. So there's these two connectors right here that you have to disconnect. So this is your electrical lead for the camera, and then this is the hose that the fluid will come through for the sprayer. So you just have to disconnect those two, and then that's it. I do have to transfer over the camera system to the new grille, which it does have a slot for that. If yours does not have a factory camera, it has a blank off plate, essentially a mock-up of this camera for it, to where you don't have to worry about that. But if you do have a camera, it'll fit right on there. But we're gonna get these headlights removed. So it's real simple. It's, I think, 3 10mm bolts. It's this one right here, and then the one down here, and then it's held in by a pop clip in the back. So once you get those removed, you just pop those right out. Obviously disconnect the harness that on the back of the light, and then you connect the new one and you install it. It's really that simple. Oh, and one more thing in order to get access to these headlights, you have to remove this bottom fascia underneath the grille. But in order to do so, you have to remove the fender flares, because it actually mounts up right here on the side. So you have to remove the fender flares in order to be able to pop this piece off. And then it's just a series of clips that I'll show you guys real quick. It's just a series of clips that are holding this front piece on. So it's real simple. Just take your time with it. It's going to sound like you're breaking something, but you're not. Trust me, you're not. But yeah, let's get these headlights going. And the headlight is out. So one thing I do want to note is these top two bolts that you guys saw, those are 10mm, and the one down here was an 8mm. And then there's also a Christmas tree clip back here that you have to remove before you're able to pop it out. But there's an area right here that you essentially, once you get the screws out, you just have to put a little force to it and it pops right out. And then it's a real simple connector. But these Alpharex headlights definitely are going to make a huge improvement on how the front end looks. This is just a quick comparison. Excuse how dirty these are. I am going to be cleaning these up because I'll be posting these for sale after the install. So, but one thing I like about the Alpharex headlights is that anybody that knows these Broncos has the signature, white LED that lights up. These do the same thing, but the Alpharex headlights give you the option to customize it however you want. You can have it either all white, you can have a mix of white and amber, or you can have it all amber, as you guys just saw on the screen. And the way to do so is the instructions tell you to remove this plate right here, and then there's a series of wires that you just have to connect differently in order to get the look that you want. But for me personally, I love the signature white, and I think that white is going to definitely look great against the offset 3 front lights that are amber, because this side piece right here is still going to light up amber. I sometimes wish that Alpharex gave the option of being able to not have an amber lens, maybe like a white lens or something like that, but nonetheless the amber lens is just fine. So because this is amber, I have the 3 center lights that are amber, I'm going to keep this white. And I got the new Alpharex headlights in. They literally installed just like the factory ones. There was literally no adjustments necessary. You literally pop it in and put all your screws back in. This is the little Christmas tree clip that I was telling you guys about. This one right here, those are the 2 10mm, and then this 8mm one right there. But just for comparison, it looks night and day different. And I feel like the Alpha-Black just looks so much better because the housing on the outside, including the inside smoke portion, just looks better in comparison to just the plastic look. Again, excuse the dirt on this. I'm sure these will look a little bit better if I clean them up, but I'll take care of that later. But just for comparison, man, that looks amazing. So let's get to the headlight aiming aspect, because as you guys can see, the Alpharex headlights have a beautiful cutoff line. So there's not much adjustment that I need to do in comparison to the high spot on the factory headlights. I just have to adjust that up just a hair. And once I get that perfect, then I get the other side installed and just match it to this side. All right, got the headlight aligned to this side. One thing I do want to note on these Alpharex headlights, and one of the things that I will say is an inconvenience, but if you look at the factory headlight, on the actual adjustment, you have a Phillips head tap right here that, you know, it attaches to the actual wheel that adjusts the headlights. The Alpharex headlights does not have that. All right, you can try to stick a screwdriver in here and try to turn it, but it just wasn't working out for me, and I felt like I was about to strip these little teeth out right here. So you have to get a 8mm wrench and get in there and actually make your adjustments up and down. The problem with that is that you really have no room, or barely any room, to get to it, as y'all see right there. So I was able to fit this in there and kind of just do micro adjustments at a time, but to try to get an actual socket in there from behind is going to be challenging. So maybe somebody else was able to chime in the comments below and say how they were able to adjust those headlights a lot easier, but I was able to do it with this. It just takes a little bit of time to make it happen. So doing the other side is going to be similar, but it's going to be interesting how I'm going to be able to get behind there and actually make my adjustments, because I don't have as much room as I have on this side to actually get to them. But I mean, looking at it right now, I think I may, but we'll see. And one more thing that I love about these Alpharex headlights as well is the startup feature. And that doesn't necessarily mean starting a vehicle. Anytime you unlock the vehicle, it does a little animation for you. Check this out. That looks sick. I don't care what nobody says, that is dope. Like, oh man, let's get it going. All right, as y'all see, both lights are officially installed. I have both of them aligned perfectly. I had to back the vehicle up a little bit just so I can get a better feel for the actual line, but I matched this one up with that one over there. I actually took a tape measure and went on where the corner of the light starts to go up. I actually measured from the ground up to make sure that it was even. So yeah, everything worked out perfectly. So now it's time to install the IAG Para-Hex grill and the Oracle lights. So let's get into it. All right, so it's time to install the grill, or transfer the plastic trim from the old grill to the new grill. So the piece that you have to transfer is this little piece bracket back here. And if you have the front facing camera, you have to transfer all that stuff over as well. But I started installing the Oracle backlit letter lights. So these are the ones from Oracle, and these are the ones that come with this grill. So just to show you guys a comparison of what it looks like if you decide to go with the black lettering or the white lettering. I believe the black lettering looks much better against this gloss black grill. But if you decide to do this yourself, obviously it's preference. So you have the option to get these white letterings that come with the grill itself. So after I get everything swapped over, then it's time to figure out how I'm going to wire everything, because the backlit letters have their own sets of wires. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to actually tie these wires together, positive on positive, negative on negative, and tie them into the actual harness that comes for these lights, just so everything lights up at the same time. All right, got everything swapped over and soldered. This bracket right here is the piece that came off of the old grill. And the beautiful thing about this new grill is that though it comes with its own wiring harness with its own fuse tab, there's channels behind these little mounting bolts that you can run that wire harness through there. So everything, all these backlit letters, I actually tapped into the existing wiring harness right here and just ran it through the channels to where when you're looking at it from the front,
you have a clean setup. So everything will be lit up. When these 3 lights light up, the backlights should light up as well. So let's get this thing on the Bronco.
All right, the grill is officially installed. It looks really, really, really good. So the wiring portion, I ended up passing the harness through this little opening on the side of the headlight in here. Pass it through, it's running behind the battery, behind this fuse box. And then the fuse that it recommends is this center one right here above this one. So it's a 10 amp fuse that you normally take out, and you just slide that in its place. So the actual fuse for this one is 158. It's the sway bar disco module. That's the fuse that it recommends that it goes to. And I've already tested it, but I'm just reviewing this for the video purposes, and it works. And I had to Dremel out this little hole right here, because when you put this fuse cover on, if you don't do that, it's gonna pinch that wire. So made a little cutout for this, and boom, works just fine. And I put my ground right up here next to the factory ground right there. So yeah, this is what she looks like. So let's get this thing, when you actually unlock it, before we get this thing started, that will never get old. I promise you guys, that will never get old. So the grill lights will only come on once the vehicle is started. Actually, let me check something. See if I turn these headlights on just by itself without starting the vehicle, if they'll come on. No. So the vehicle has to be running in order for those lights to come on. So let's start this thing up. Put this back on auto. I gotta get rid of that double hump. And there it goes. Let me actually close the hood for you guys. I love how stealthy this looks. Alright YouTube, so that's gonna wrap it up for today's install. I hope you guys sat back and enjoyed the install of the Alpharex headlights and the IAG Para-Hex grill with the Oracle lights. I know that was a mouthful, but as y'all can see, the before and after is completely night and day. I love how bright these Alpharex headlights are, and the cutoff is clean, and it also has that bluish tint. Like when you're looking at it from the front, it gives it that almost modern exotic car look on the headlights aspect. And then the cutoff also has that high, I don't know what to call it, but it gives it, when you're driving, it definitely shines a lot brighter light on the side of the road to where you can actually see more on the sides in comparison to the factory look. So the factory Signature Series headlights, they're actually decently bright. I'm not gonna sit here and say that they're way worse than these, but these are night and day, as y'all can see. But if you guys are interested, make sure y'all go ahead and jump on it. If you're on the fence about it, go ahead and buy it, because it makes a complete difference. Just how the car looks itself, but just driving at night and safety makes a huge difference. So enough of me rambling. That's gonna wrap it up for today's video, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Srtfied_official, and don't forget the hashtag salute and certified drip on all your pictures and videos to show love and support to the channel. And until next time, YouTube, I hope y'all have a good day.